Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with a little Bushcraft knife comparison video. This is the Wayne Walker custom knives versus the Benchmade 162 Bushcrafter. Now this video today is a little less about the field use, and I'm not going to go into too much detail there, rather just kind of give you a side-by-side. But my question for you today is, if you were shopping for this Benchmade 162 Bushcrafter and you stumbled into a nice custom knife made by a cool guy who has excellent designs and incredible quality and attention to detail, which of these two blades, for basically the same money, would you choose? And so for the conversation today, I'm going to assume that you get what you see here. So in both cases, I'm talking about a leather sheath, and in the case of the Wayne Walker custom knife, you also get the matching ferro rod. Now when you lay out both of these blades, you'll see they actually have a lot of similarities. Now at the same time, they definitely have their differences, but I'm going to start by pointing out their overall size. These blades are obviously in a very similar blade size class, both of which having blades over 4 inches. It's a great size for bushcraft, both of which have pretty much a saber-like grind. Obviously the Wayne Walker knife on top has a slightly higher grind than the Bushcrafter beneath it, but both of them are essentially a high saber grind. Both of these knives have sharpening choils. They have hollow pins, lanyard holes, ergonomic design. They both have scalloped handle scales. Both of them have a nicely sharpened spine. A lot of very, very similar features in both of these blades. Now, the major difference that I see, at least one of them, is the blade steel. On this Wayne Walker knife, I have 01 tool steel, and on the Benchmade, I have S30V. Both have their advantages and disadvantages, two different metals, different properties. That's pretty much the main difference, in my opinion, on the actual blade itself. Both of these knives exhibit excellent ergonomics. The Benchmade has a slightly square handle, where the Wayne Walker design is just sexy curvy, very comfortable in the hand, and absolutely no hot spots. That's probably, honestly, my biggest criticism of the Benchmade Bushcrafter. But other than that, obviously, these are both very capable blades. The thickness of the spine is very, very close. I feel like the Wayne Walker knife is slightly thinner, just a little bit. And eventually it tapers out on the back of the tang, right by the butt end of the knife, whereas the Bushcrafter stays full thickness all the way to the end. It's kind of a personal preference thing. I like them both. When you get up close in the details, Wayne Walker's knives are extremely beautifully made, handcrafted. I mean, every single ounce of what this guy does is handcrafted, and so you have to actually really appreciate that, and you have to feel it in your hands really to get a good sense for how ergonomic this knife really is. Now this has become my go-to blade. I really, really like it a lot. I mean, I honestly have no reason to reach for any other knife for bushcrafting tasks at this point, so I tend to favor this. That's just my personal preference. In a similar fashion, the Bushcrafter is very comfortable. It has a slightly longer handle, although with Wayne Walker, you can customize your knife if you want to, so you can sort of specify a handle length if you want to get into a blade that's beyond what he kind of makes as a standard. So you can really address that issue if you want. Obviously this Bushcrafter has slightly larger hollow pins, and like I mentioned before, a slightly different grind, but very similar in style, and just a slightly longer handle. Pretty ergonomic, but at the same time just slightly square on some of these corners. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to show you today. Just a nice side-by-side comparison of two beautiful bushcraft knives. But at the same time, I'm going to ask you again, this is just personal preference. If you were to spend the same money, pretty much the same exact money, what would you rather have? This Benchmade 162 Bushcrafter with the leather sheath, or the Wayne Walker custom knives, custom knife, built to your specifications with a leather sheath and a matching ferro rod. Both beautiful, perfectly capable blades, slightly different style, slightly different philosophies the way they're made, but pretty damn nice, both of them. So anyway guys, that's all I got for you right now. I hope you like what you saw. Maybe you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.